Hi, welcome to What's Cooking with Rochelle. Today we are making potato leek soup. It is a yummy, smooth, creamy, delicious soup. I love soup personally. It's super simple and easy. So I'm gonna give you a couple of alternatives like I normally do in case you wanna make it vegan, vegetarian, or if you wanna make it with a protein added. For potato soup, we're going to start off with 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. We're going to go ahead and get this melted in the skillet. And to that, I have sliced, you can see, and you don't need to chop them any more than that because we're going to be pureeing the soup when it's all done. But you can see, that's about the thickness. Now, when you chop your leek, make sure you rinse it if you see any dirt or sand in them. They do tend to have that from time to time. The leeks are in the garlic onion family. It's actually a cross between the two. If you don't have leeks, no worries. You can substitute with a little bit of white onion and garlic. And so let's go ahead and get this in the skillet too. Now, to that, we're going to be adding potatoes. Choose whatever kind of potato you want. You could get super creative. Believe it or not, there's orange potatoes. There are purple potatoes. So if you wanted to make it a cool color, you absolutely could. We are using a Yukon Gold. One of the reasons I chose this is you can see it's still got the skins on. Because the skins are super thin on a Yukon Gold, we don't need to peel them. Makes it even faster. All right, so let's get these in the skillet too. Now, the color of your potato soup is going to vary by how much you caramelize the leeks and the onion, or the leeks and the potatoes, excuse me. If you put more of a caramel char on them, it's going to change your soup from a lighter, whiter color to a little bit more of a tan. It's perfectly fine. It'll taste good either way, but just so you know, just a little heads up. All right, excellent. Now, to that, we are going to be adding some vegetable broth. Again, if you wanted, you could substitute chicken broth. I wouldn't do beef broth. It would overpower the soup. So we're going to start with 2 cups and see if we need to add any more. That actually looks pretty good for now. We might need a little more when we're blending. We'll see if it's too thick. If it is, we can either add a little bit more vegetable broth, water, or milk. I am using whole milk when we blend it. You can also use heavy cream. Again, that makes it more decadent. You can also add cheese when we get to that part as well. And so I have a couple of other things. I have a teaspoon of thyme. And we're going to just sprinkle that in there. We are going to wait to add the salt and the pepper until the potatoes and leeks are actually cooked. I did get a little bit of flour in case we need that to thicken it. If we do, I'll show you what to do with this, but I don't think we're going to need it on this soup. And so really right now, all we need to do is put a cover on our soup so our liquid doesn't all disappear and let it simmer for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to be ready to eat. So we're testing the potatoes. They're not soft enough yet. Our liquid still looks pretty good. We might end up having to add a little bit of water when we're all done. We'll test it once we get that far. Needs about 5 more minutes. All right, our soup is ready to get pureed. Let me go grab it off the stove. And we are simply going to dump all of this into our blender. You could use an emulsion blender if you have one, or you can use a stand blender like this. You're not going to want to use a food processor, really. It won't get it smooth enough. And then we're going to be putting it back into this skillet on the stove, so don't throw it away. Now, when you have hot soup and you're putting it in a blender, to prevent the top from blowing off from steam, put a towel over top of it. This will protect you. And then we're going to go ahead and blow it. Alrighty, so our soup is ready. What we're going to do now is take it and put it back on the stove, add the milk. Obviously, like I said, if you don't want to use milk, use more broth, or if you want to make it more decadent, add some heavy cream. You could even add a light white cheese if you wanted. Okay, let's get our milk added. That looks pretty good consistency-wise for me. The last thing is we're going to check it for salt, add our pepper to taste. That's good. I think it just needs just a pinch. It's pretty good as far as salt goes. And again, you make it how it works best for you. We're just going to bring this back up to warm. It doesn't even have to boil. And then we're going to go ahead and serve it. I'll see you back here in a second. All right, we've got our soup plated up and ready to go. Now we get to dig in. I have drizzled it with just a little bit of fresh chive oil. To do that, you just take chives, olive oil, and puree. That's it. All right, so let's dig in. Such a hearty, good soup. Like I said, definitely you can make this vegan, super easy, omitting the dairy, not using butter, using coconut oil or olive oil instead. And obviously you can make it heartier with heavy cream. I look forward to seeing you on my next episode. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch What's Cooking with Rochelle. Bye for now.
Let's leave it in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.